Jim, I thought you'd be gone by now.
Oh, yeah, Dave. I guess I'm running a little late. I can't seem to find the paperwork I got from dispatch this morning.
Let me take a look. There it is, in the front seat.
Oh, yeah, I guess I missed it.
Are you feeling okay? You seem a little out of it.
I'm fine. I'm just running a little bit behind. Don't worry. I've got plenty of time to make my first delivery.
You know, Jim, it's not just today. You seem to be running behind a lot lately. You used to be Mr. Reliable, and recently you've been late getting started on your routes. Your paperwork has become a problem for the office. You just seem to be off your game. Look, I'll send another driver to complete your route today. I need you to come to the office.
I'm sure I can do better, Dave.
No,
just give me a chance.
Let's just discuss it in the office.
Sending a driver for drug and alcohol testing is not easy. In fact, it may be one of the most difficult things you have to do as a supervisor. And it may be one of the most important. Determining that a driver should be sent for reasonable suspicion drug and alcohol testing is a supervisor duty that's specifically addressed in the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Regulations. Under these regulations, all persons designated to supervise drivers must receive training on alcohol misuse and controlled substance use. Training that can be used to determine whether reasonable suspicion exists to require a driver to undergo drug and alcohol testing. This video and the written materials that accompany it will help to meet the regulations requirements for reasonable suspicion training. But before we talk about drugs, alcohol, and making a reasonable suspicion determination, let's talk about your job and your responsibilities when it comes to complying with the drug and alcohol regulations, specifically the regulations addressing reasonable suspicion. If your job title doesn't include the word supervisor, don't assume the regulation doesn't apply to you. The regulation refers to all persons designated to supervise drivers. This could include dispatchers, lead workers, or foremen, and managers with various responsibilities. And if your responsibilities include any aspect of supervising drivers, the regulation applies to you. The regulations prohibit drivers from using alcohol within 4 hours of reporting for duty and while on duty. They also prohibit drivers from reporting for duty or remaining on duty when using controlled substances. As a driver supervisor, it's your job to make sure your drivers are not impaired and are in compliance with these requirements. If you reasonably suspect a driver is impaired, it's your responsibility to take the appropriate steps so that the driver does not drive until you can ensure that he or she is not impaired. With these regulations in mind, we'll spend the rest of our time discussing and demonstrating the reasonable suspicion process.